Oh, dear God. You guys are lucky you don't have smell-o-vision. This smells like an oceanfront fish market on a 90-degree day. We're gonna have to do something about that, for sure. Ugh. Anytime a car guy buys a new project, a dream car, there's the initial excitement of turning a few wrenches and having a thing of beauty within a few weeks that you can enjoy for years to come. How long it takes for that fantasy to end depends on the car and the person. I'm usually a pretty positive dude, so I might be on the longer end of how long that fantasy lasts. Now, you may be wondering why I'm not getting the engine stuff squared away so I can drive the car. Well, there's two reasons. One, the brakes need work, or they just kind of don't work right now and they have to be sorted. And two, the tires really need to be replaced. They're completely dry rotted and hard as a rock. But still, I'm on that purchase high, so I ordered the parts to take care of the brakes. And while I'm waiting, I figured why not take care of the dampness and water in the trunk? That's an easy job, right? I much prefer this sort of work anyways to laying under the car, wrenching and getting filthy. There is plenty of that we're going to do on this car anyways, trust me. Just look at me, blissfully scrubbing away, completely unaware of the disaster that's just around the corner. Oh, if we could only go back there now, but we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. So once the carpets come out, the trunk looks like it's in really good shape, albeit really damp. There's a bit of rust in the tire well and on the tools, but that's about it. In a strange way, the trunk condition reinforced my excitement at the condition of the rest of the car. It's like your first girlfriend. When you start dating, she is super hot, really nice, and you're really excited to see her. And that first date is magical. I mean, it's the first date. But a month in, you realize that she's costing you a fortune and you never get to ride her. So now you're crushed by your own expectations. And this is just like your dream project car. Great little jobs like this are just a setup to the crushing failure and misery you're going to get to experience later. So just let me have my moment of bliss. If you get what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments. Or maybe you think I'm completely nuts. You can let me know that too. After the trunk was vacuumed and cleaned, I started the rust removal process. I started on the tools, and because they're small, I went the chemical rust removal route. Now, a word of caution, this can be dangerous, so be sure to wear eye protectors and gloves when dealing with any sorts of chemicals. I mean, safety third here, guys. I used half water and half muriatic acid to remove the rust from the tools. This had the unfortunate side effect of removing some of the zinc coating as well, but I can paint these again later if I decide I want to. We're not doing a concours restoration here. I'm just trying to preserve these parts and make them look as good as I can. So when I'm pulling them out of the acid, I neutralize the acid with a mix of water and baking soda. And then I sprayed them up with WD-40 to give them some rust protection going forward. For the jack and other larger parts, I used the good old-fashioned sanding method. and then I primered and painted these. After the tools were completed, I sanded the surface rust in the trunk tire well and a few other tiny spots. Then I hit all these areas with primer . And then, of course, some paint. Once finished, the trunk area looked brand new. And the tools looked pretty awesome as well. All that's left is to put the carpets back in. And once I was finished, it looked amazing, like a brand new car. Now you can understand, for me, this was like the highest of highs. I was really putting this car back to right. The next video, when I tackle the brakes, I think you're gonna get to see the flip side. But for now, let me know what you think of the work so far. And did I make a horrible mistake buying this old 733? Let me know in the comments. One thing's for sure, you're gonna wanna see where this build goes next. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and grab that bell too so you're notified when the next video is released. And you can click this link right here to see the beginning of my journey when we picked up this car. This is definitely for the love of cars. My name is Michael Fire Jr. and I'll see you guys in the next one.